What's up, TIW Mafia? Jimmy here with Big Joe. We do have Mike Davis with us. He's but we're gonna go. Sort of in the same he showed up on television. I reached out to what I like to do is when I got someone on from a show I have to get some information. Like the 90s, and so I said, what better time, and we'll get him in, and we'll have some fun with it. Those watching the video,
yeah, I'd like to get his take on some of that stuff. I'd like to find out like what brought him, like coming from our neighborhood, and you had a kid like me who same age group, but always thought like, wow, I'd love to be able to do that, and what brought him to it.
Yeah, look at like Pat Dillon too. I mean, don't forget Pat trained with Killer Kowalski.
That's true too.
I hope this works. So it's like, and we were all in the same circle. Like, you hung out with Chopper, you hung out with Pat's brother Chopper. Yeah. Pat came down with us when Chopper was up with you guys. And Pat literally got in the ring.
Yeah.
So
we got to get maybe a Pat versus the Crusher fight.
The whole Pat will be on next week too, which is funny. So it's another Southie episode. Laurie Prescott, hello. Bobby D, hello.
Sorry, I didn't see it there. Hello, Laurie.
New merch on Teespring, by the way.
Oh yeah, cool stuff.
Yeah,
those backpacks look awesome.
In the backpack, like that's not a shitty backpack.
Yeah,
that has it has the little protective pad inside for your laptops or your tablets, whatever.
Oh,
so cool. It's a decent little backpack. In the bucket hats. What I thought was funny was Joe Sarraza messaged us asking if we could get fedoras. I said, I bet you would love the fedora.
I'd love a scally cap.
Yeah.
As you can tell, that's kind of what I wear. But I need a really big one because my head's kind of giant.
We're going to have to maybe work something else out with Mike. I'm not sure why that's not working. He lives...
What's up, Joe? How are you?
There's Joe Salenzo there. Joe was just talking about you and asking about that the fedoras.
Might as well get a top hat. We get an Irish whip monocle.
That's right. What I wanted to do, what I almost did with the bucket hats, but I thought it would have been goofy, was having the logo on the front like I do, but then also putting the logo on the very top.
The very top would be sweet.
But I didn't do that.
Another product for another day.
Let's see. And Mike, if you can hear us, just chime in. Mike, so here's what I found out about Mike, and this is pretty cool. So back in the day, Kronus, who, everybody knows ECW, teamed up with Perry Saturn as the Eliminators. Great tag team. Kronus wrestled one match in the ICW before he went to USWA to form the Eliminators with Perry. And this came from my man on Rodeo Drive, John Rodeo, who, for this one match, managed Kronus. John also managed some guy named Terror Rising.
Nice.
Oh.
I just think it's cool that when you see somebody from the hometown living their dream.
It's and John told me that was Kronus' one match in ICW before going to UCWA and creating the Eliminators with Perry Saturn was against Mike Davis.
Nice.
And like ICW, I mean, it was Brittany Brown who's done a ton. There was a lot of people there that were in that. Tony Roy, who's on, he's infamous because he's on the Triple H DVD set, and I think in the commentary of it, JR says something along the lines of, "Oh, Tony Roy versus Triple H, that'll sell out Madison Square Garden."
Yeah.
But those were big guys in this area.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm just trying to he just texted me that he can hear us.
Yeah, I wish we could hear him.
Right. But yeah, that's but Mike is a good guy. I want Mike to come out. And Mike, I hope you hear this still. I want you to come out October 30th to Farragut Park, 1 p.m. We'll be there pretty early. I'll probably be there about 10 a.m. To check out UFO wrestling. They're bringing out you, Joe. I know you're not a big boxing fan, but do you remember Peter McNeely?
Oh, absolutely.
Lost to Tyson. He's got Peter McNeely coming out. He's got because Pat's a boxing guy. He's got Bushwhacker Luke coming out. I think his heavyweight title is being defended by Skyros, and it's going to be a great show. And all the proceeds, I think some of the proceeds go to the Tyna Community Center. Which, Joe, what's that place mean to you, man?
That's where I grew up in. I grew up in that place, running and playing BNBL basketball. All different sports in there, and then it grew. There was I think on a given night, on a weeknight, we had 30, 40 kids up in there.
Easy.
And then on a weekend, because we got them to open it up on some of the weekends during the summer so we can have a place to go. And it was 30, 40 kids every night.
And it's Bobby D. You get to meet Bobby D, Pat. Oh, yeah, I just called you Pat, Joe.
Yeah, I can't wait to meet Bobby D. I'm going to give him a big hug.
You'll meet Bobby. You'll meet Laurie, probably. Outdoor show, too. Right on the beach, about a mile from Sullivan's, which you heard us talk about a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, Sully's going to be open before we get there because I'd like to stop before we get there.
Only for the hot dogs and coffee in the morning for the old guys.
What are we? We're old guys.
No grill. The grill, they don't open the grill till later in the day.
Oh, so it's just coffee?
Yeah, coffee and donuts.
Oh, I mean, I never turn a donut down.
Maybe a little special sauce from the back.
Yeah, okay.
I got to be careful. I get us canceled.
We should get another Southie Run show and get the guy that has been running that place for the last 35, 40 years. 30 years, I think.
Which one? The front of the house or the back of the house? Because
he's the actual one that runs back. I think he's back of the house and overall. He's not the owner.
Harry's running the front of the house. I mean, Chris runs the back, but
Chris. I'm talking about Chris.
But I hear they get a new guy.
I don't know. Last I knew, Chris was like the GM.
They got a new guy that he's the one that was trying to get them to expand. And if you went down at all this year, he was the guy that would run the food outside because you couldn't go in anymore.
Yeah.
Or you went in to order your food, but you couldn't wait inside.
Yeah, that's how I mean, a couple of times I went down there. That's how I had to be. And it takes a while for him to cook my 6 hot dogs and 3 cheeseburgers.
And that's just to feed what are you going to do now? You got to feed the Great Dane. You got to order twice that.
I'm just going to order a side of beef and let him eat it.
That dog is insane.
He's laying next to me, sleeping. You want to meet him? Want to meet him on the stuff? Tin up. Tin up. Come up. Up.
Will he just lay there unless you give the command?
Yeah, absolutely. Tin up. Up.
Mike, if you can hear us, just say hello.
Tin up. Good boy, Tin.
We're gonna have to. What we might have to do with Mike and is when we get in the studio.
Tin, come.
We have him in there. Mike, we do have a studio in Quincy that's coming along, so we can always have you in there as well. And that might be a little easier. You can bring your son. We'll have him on too. We'll talk to him about what it's like having a dad who is a superhero.
There he is. He's just sleeping. He's lazy bum like me.
That's
all right.
I think.
So you got the service dog on, but we haven't got the crusher on.
You haven't got the what? Oh,
we got the service dog on, but we haven't got the crusher.
Tin the crusher now. Give this another shot. Yeah, sorry about that. They've seen the 3 squares. We are trying to get Mike on. I don't know what's going on. He can hear us. He can see us. We can't see or hear him.
Can you get into the chat room?
It's not a chat room, Joe. That's all the comments on all the social medias.
Oh, okay.
He wouldn't see that here. Bobby D says he'll wear his scally cap, Joe.
Yeah, and I just replied to that. I messed it up because I'm dumb.
Awesome, Bobby.
Yeah, I meant to say scally high five, but I get fat fingers.
Well, it's a high percentage too.
Yeah, it's true.
Something you never got.
I hit like 6 buttons at once. That's what you get when you type with your thumbs.
Now, have you caught any wrestling this week at all?
I haven't this week. I was up with the training with the service dog the whole week, so I didn't get a chance to really watch anything. I kind of read some highlights. I saw that they added another match to the Crown Jewel pay-per-view. It's off the top of my head. It stresses me.
Well, but you got to pay attention to that.
I got to pay attention. I got some cred on the line, some credibility because that Cyber Yeti thinks he's a tough guy. All the way down in Houston, sitting there like, him and molesting his horses and bulls and stuff, whatever he does. But, he's going to lose that belt to me. I'm going to take the belt from the Off the Top Rope podcast and make it part of the Irish Whip.
That's going to be cool. And, maybe I'll do a run-in and help you out. I mean, you were sort of tag partners, right?
Yeah, that'll work. Bring a chair because we got to be hardcore.
Now we have, you know what I watched? I watched,
what did you watch?
Sorry, I just got a message. I watched Anthony Green on AEW Darkverse.
Oh, I saw that. I wanted to, but I just blew my mind.
Yeah, Mike said he does want to get on. Mike, it does look like you're. Am I on?
I don't know what's going on with the camera.
I'm trying a few things here, guys. Just bear with me for a moment. There we go. Mike, see if you can say something now. No, I'm not hearing anything. No. Mike said he did send me a message that he does want to share his experience, his trip to Japan. I didn't know there was a trip to Japan.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I didn't know about that either. And like Bobby's saying, we should put together an Irish whip belt. TIW championship.
It would be made out of paper, Bobby.
Yeah. It would be the cardboard champion. We'll make it out of a pizza box. So, but it'll have to be a used pizza box because I want pizza.
I know he's got one of Slick Wagner Brown's titles on the belts.
Nice.
Which is a Killer Kowalski tribute title. Actually, it's a really nice belt. I know that's on the line with a couple of the wrestlers from Test of Strength, which is Slick Wagner Brown's promotion up in Connecticut. He's got a lot of things going. He's got a lot going on the show. And I know I just talked to him a few minutes ago. I know tickets are flying.
Nice.
So you got to hit up Pat Dillon on Facebook if you want tickets. I believe they're $10. Reasonable. You know, it's going to be an outdoor show. In a nice park, though. That's probably the nicest park in Southie, I'd say Farragut.
Yeah. Farragut or M Street, you know.
That's
what's the Veterans Park now? Veterans Memorial Park. They just changed the name.
Yeah, it's still M Street Park. It's still Columbia Park.
Well, I think it's technically the park down the bottom where the football field was and the softball field is now. That's technically M Street Park. The other one, the one up above where the memorial is, Medal of Honor Park. That's what it was.
Yes.
But it's all M Street Park to anybody from Southie. If you say Medal of Honor Park, they'd be like, what?
So what's cool about October 30th is right after that in Rockland, which is only about a 20-minute drive, if that, there's another show that's going to be another really good show with Brian Malonis on it. That's New England All-Star Wrestling. Which, you know what happened to me this week?
No.
I went to see Slipknot.
Nice.
Great show. Was awesome. Walking in when they check your COVID test, now they check your tickets. And as I was walking in and, you do the metal detector and the lady with the wand says, "Oh, I know you're good. I just saw you a couple weeks ago." She actually recognized me from New England All-Star Wrestling.
Nice.
So that's in Rockland at Hardcore Athletics, which is really easy to get to. It's right off the highway, one turn. Then another very nice place. They got a lot of stuff coming in. I want to get Mike to a show.
Yeah, he's making an appearance. People. He's like one of those unsaid characters, but once you put out his bio, people are like, "Holy shit, it's legit." There he is. Wait, I see video.
There is the Crusher, Mike Davis.
Welcome to the Irish Whip.
What is happening, Mike?
Can you hear us?
You're in the show, everyone. JP.
Yes, Mike.
Nice.
Mike,
I lost him.
Can you hear me? You can't hear me now, Mike?
Can you hear me? Mike?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Mike,
I reached out
so everyone can see and hear you. JP.
Yes, we do.
We can hear you, Mike.
Mike, I reached out to Rodeo Drive today to my buddy Johnny, and John Rodeo said to say hello to you. He was telling us the story about him managing Kronus and for the one match over there, I guess, before he went to USWA.
I don't think he can hear us. Yeah,
yes, Mike, can you hear me?
Mike, we can hear you. We hear.
There. Mike, can you hear me now? Mike, are you able to hear me now? Can you hear Joe? Can you say something to him?
Mike, can you hear us? We hear you. We hear you.
No. All right. I don't think he hears us now. He's got his Cobra Kai hat on too. He loves Cobra.
Yeah.
I love the hat.
JP.
I know. Yes.
I'm rocking a Death Wish coffee shirt, so
I know Mike loves his Cobra Kai.
Oh,
Him
yeah.
and his son are always rocking the geese on Facebook.
Nice. I see that. I see that all the time.
Mike. Oh, I don't know why this ain't working. I'm thinking it's his internet. Yes. Okay.
Shit.
Yes, Mike, we can hear and see you now.
We can hear you. Can you hear us? No.
That fucking figures.
Well, you know what? Why don't I text him questions and we'll go that way and he'll respond on the show.
All right. And I'll cover the talking in the middle. This is going to be a little different. This is sort of an old school deal. And hopefully, like, if we can eventually all connect and hear each other. Yeah, he can tell him to speak his answers, Joe.
Yes.
So, guys, we're going to do this a little different. We're going to have to text him because he's having trouble hearing us. It looks like his video just froze up, though.
But his audio's coming through because I just heard the ding from the message I sent.
That was on me. It must be a group chat.
We can hear you. Can you hear us? I'll text.
This is different.
So I'm going to start off with
Mike.
Okay, guys, go ahead.
Yeah.
This is Mike Davis, a.k.a. Crusher. I'm happy to be inducted into the class of 2021 IWF International Wrestling Federation Hall of Fame. Very honored.
Insane. That is so cool. That's a major thing too. Like just for someone to recognize you for that, that's huge. So, and again, like I said, there was some major people involved in that IWF. I think I said ICW earlier by mistake, but the IWF was a big federation. Joe, have you were you able to send him a question?
Yep.
All right. I thought you were going to tell me you forgot.
Today's episode is brought to you by DB. DB is a Scandinavian brand that makes backpacks and bags to help people on the move stay ready for anything. From streets to the peaks, DB's gear is travel tested by some of the world's best athletes, adventurers, and creators. Over the past decade, DB has designed and developed, released and refined the best bags in the market. With DB's patented hookup system, you're able to attach smaller products to your backpack, roller, or tote. Guys, you know damn well when you're traveling and you don't have enough pockets, there's not enough room in your bag, you still got something, just clip it on, and you're good to go, whether it's going through the TSA checkpoint, going from the car to the hotel room, or you're backpacking through the Elks. We are teaming up with DB to exclusively offer our listeners 10% off your next purchase by using the code POD10 or go into the link in our show notes. DB, it's time to move on. Time to get going.
Joe, have you were you able to send him a question?
Yep.
All right. I thought you were going to tell me you forgot. And so, Mike, congratulations for that.
Yes, congrats on your induction.
I started training with Killer Kowalski when I was about 17 years old. I went to his wrestling school. Basically, told him what my intentions were, and basically was a sheet of lies. I said I'd done this, I'd done that, anything to get his attention. But I went to one of the WWF wrestling matches and pretty much hustled my way back in to meet Mel Simons. That was his ring announcer, and he's the one that introduced me to Kowalski, and that's how I got started my training. and I had my first match after 6 months, and it was with John Kronus, aka the Eliminator. He was tag team partners with Perry Saturn. Yeah. Unfortunately, John Kronus passed away some time ago.
Just not a good thing. Yeah. I want to, yes, this is going to be sort of a greedy one too, because I want to hear the stories that I don't know about.
Yeah, two questions I just sent him is, who is his
dream partner and the guy I would love to wrestle? He passed away, but unfortunately, the guy that passed away was not the guy that I knew. This guy was Chris Benoit. Unfortunately, this guy had some really bad problems. He was had some pretty bad demons. All I can say is that guy that I knew, he loved his family. He was a very quiet guy. He didn't talk about his personal life very much, but he just that was a guy I had. The way his wrestling, the way his style was. I mean, you just I loved everything about it, but you know, it's so hard to believe that he would do something like that, you know.
Right.
Just the guy I knew wouldn't do that, but I guess we'll never know. But to answer your question, yeah, that's the guy I would like to wrestle. Yeah, that's the guy I would like to be my partner.
So both of them,
if that helps.
When you get a chance, ask him about the trip to Japan and how that came about and what his experience was there. And guys, so I know we're doing this a little bit different, but this is, well, we're going to make this work. This is what TIW does, man. We take these difficulties and we get them going.
The best we can do to bring any kind of form of entertainment to the fans.
That's it. So just bear with us. And we'll I'll be editing.
Okay, my trip to Japan. Oof. Well, when I got the opportunity to go to Japan, I wasn't quite sure I was ready. But Walter said I was ready. And he also told me, do not give them a thing. If you see something, take it, because they're going to whip your ass from door to door. They don't speak any English, and everything over there is a shoot. Okay, it's very, very stiff. And I think the first night I was there, I think I wrestled Muda, and I tell you, man, that guy was stiff as a board, very stiff. And but I just don't give them a thing, because if you show any weakness, they will tear your ass apart.
That's, man. So what was it like wrestling Muda? I mean, other than stiff, obviously.
Actually, I did very well over there. I almost was going to live over there. It was a very different culture, but the wrestling over there is very different from the States. But they treat you like a god, you know. I mean, they just the way the crowd reacts to you when you go to the ring. I mean, you know, where can you get the 10 refills of that? You know, I mean, I loved it. I really almost stayed over there. But my feeling on wrestling today, guys, it's not the same. It's not the same as it was. I feel like the magic is gone. Okay, what I mean the magic is gone is because we've now taught the fans what we do. They know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, they know it's sports entertainment. They know it's entertainment. They know it's not real. So, you know, if you were going to see Houdini and you knew his tricks, would you buy a ticket? You know? Yeah. I'm surprised McMahon survived this long. I would say grab what you can. See, to me, wrestling always been about a good guy, bad guy. babyface, heel, and we tell a story from when we leave the dressing room to the ring. We tell a story, throw a little soap opera there. That's it. Now it's all shades of gray, you know.
Yes,
it's very the business is different. It's changed. It's changed, you know.
Do you, Joe? You're like the transcriber here.
Yeah.
Do you follow any of the current product at all, like NXT, AEW, any of the new stuff? And I agree 100% that the trick has been revealed. So,
well, no, I sent them a text. I was in Japan, and I asked one of the questions I asked him was like, "Did you get the long time massage?"
Vince, he's the one that came on the public with it and told us it was real. Vince did. He's the one that revealed it.
right.
You know, I think they should have stayed with the roller coaster ride. You know, because you know what? Even though how big it is now, guys, the roller coaster ride could be over tomorrow, just like that. And another thing too, if you're in that business, my advice to you is save your money. Save your money because you can get a push, and then you can be over that quick. You know, if you're not getting the reaction that the fans want, they could put a slug in the back of your head and dump you in the back. And if you don't play by their rules, they will do everything they can to take you down. I mean, I've seen it happen. Not to me, but I've had some friends it happened to, and it's not pretty. So yeah, I would save your money.
No. Would you ever make another run? Would you do like an independent wrestling run now? Or is it completely behind you at this point? I sent him a couple. I think he just has your chat going. So if I ask you something, can you send it?
Yep. I just sent him the, you know, would he make Andy run now? You know,
Okay.
I also asked him who were his wrestling idols growing up, and do you follow any current products?
Yeah, I would make an indie run. I would, because it's in me. It's like riding a bike, you know. Yeah, I mean, I really don't have any injuries, so I would do an indie run. You know, it's like it ain't how many times you go down; it's how many times you get up. You know, you ain't beat until you quit. So if you don't quit, you never lose. You know what I mean? Yeah, I would do an indie run. You know, I would. Yeah.
Now, would ask him, like, because you wanted to know, Joe, about coming up in Southie and how he got into it from there, how he found the school and stuff, right?
Yep. Well, that's what I asked him. I said, who was his idols growing up? And that can transition into what got him started. Well, he gave us how he got started. He weaseled his way in back, met the ring announcer. You know.
So it just goes to show you guys, if you get an opportunity to sneak backstage somewhere, go for it.
Do you want to still come? Hold on, guys.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you want to still come here?
Yeah, messages from everywhere.
Yeah, that's.
What you think?
So
I think that. Are you coming on the 3rd to the UFO show?
I think he might be in mine now.
Well, he was just reading. I think he's frozen again.
Now, so what else happened? There's a new NXT. Well, we're waiting, guys. So this is going to be a show that's all over the place.
Come on, guys.
But there's a new NXT North American champion. And that's a big belt in NXT. And that
I was planning to come to the show on the 30th.
Awesome.
I was talking to Brittany Brown, and I think she was going to come with me. So we were going to go down together. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, we're going to go down together.
Me and Joe will be down there, so it'll be good to see you.
You guys want to see my plaque? Can you guys see this?
Yes. That's awesome.
That's the International
Can
Wrestling
you guys get
Federation Hall
a
of
picture of
Fame,
that?
Oh yeah,
class of
It's
2021 plaque.
IWF Hall of Fame, class of 2021.
That's tremendous.
Sick, huh?
that's outstanding.
That is.
I'd
I don't
hook
know
that
too
up
many
on a
Hall of
chain and
Famers.
wear it around your neck.
No, yeah. So Carmelo Hayes is the new NXT North American champion.
That's what I just texted Mike to ask him what he thinks about it. Now, that's a local guy, correct?
Yes, that was Christian Casanova.
Exactly.
New NXT champ. I think he's got a lot of charisma. I think he's got a lot of drive. He's young.
He let him know that he came out of the chaotic school, which is what.
Yeah, I think he's going to do very well. I really do. I think he's going to do very well. I think he's got a lot of charisma. I think he's going to do very well. I think he's good. Yeah, I think they're going to give him a good push.
Yeah, I think they should. There's a local guy writing for NXT now who came up with Christian Carmelo.
Hey Joe, didn't we go to school together? We went to McCormick, right?
Yes.
Figuring out the relations. Did you, Joe? You didn't bully him the way you bullied me, did you?
I was an asshole as a kid. I think I probably picked on everybody, and it was based on my own insecurities. I'm going to stay to Mike too.
It'll be nice, Mike. It'll be nice to see you and not just randomly bump into you on a MBTA bus at the show on October 30th.
What I just said to him was I said I'm sorry if I was an asshole as a kid, because I think I was, and it was built on my own insecurities.
Well, Mike dealt. I don't want to tell Mike's story, but Mike dealt with a lot as a kid. I feel like I knew Mike when we were younger, and
you weren't an asshole, not to me. I was an asshole too, so I think everybody was. Listen, back in the day, right? Growing up in Southie was we didn't have a lot, but we had a lot of fun, you know?
Yes.
And there was a lot of fights. You didn't necessarily have to win, but you had to fight. If you were challenged, you had to fight. I mean, I was challenged all the time, but I had to fight, and win all the time, but I fought.
That's it. That's exactly, Mike, and you did. You definitely did.
I can be honest. I don't recall ever seeing you fight.
Oh, I do. I'll tell you after.
I grew up in South Boston. I started training down L Street Bathhouse, and that's where I think I got my strength.
It's the oldest bathhouse.
I didn't really have it that bad growing up. No, I didn't have it that bad. I mean, you get your runaround bully, but I stood my own ground. I learned to defend myself on the streets, so I didn't have it that bad. You know what I mean? But I think I was just a fan of wrestling. I've always been a fan of wrestling, and I remember my mother took me to my first wrestling match, and I was hooked in. And I says, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do with my life. And I remember I didn't graduate from Southie High. I went there 1 year.
I always remember Mike being Mike was always a built kid.
Oh yeah. And I just texted to him like that. He was the kid that kind of got along with everybody until they were drunk.
Well, were you ever not?
Well, I've been sober for 26 years, so I'll go with that and say, now. But back in the day, no, I had a steady stream of alcohol flowing through my system on any given day from the age of 14 on. 12 on.
Yeah, they were all a bunch of booze hounds back in the day. I think we all were,
That's definitely. Who can you ask him,
now.
Joe?
Yeah.
Who else was in his class at Kowalski's? I bet you he was there while Jeff Lutie was there. While the Irish Leprechaun was there.
Hey, maybe we should do this live sometime. I got videos and pictures I could bring in. You know, you can actually see my work.
Yes, I've been. Let him know that I've been sharing matches on Twitter all week this week, for what I could find on online, Joe. But yes, we do have to do that, Mike. This is just a different way of doing this this week. So, and it's I appreciate y'all being.
Some of the kids I hung around with in South Boston passed away, like Sean Austin,
Rooster.
Yeah, I remember him.
Rooster's my cousin.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. Yep.
I meant to say at Kowalski School, but my fat finger's messed up again.
But yeah, yeah. So that was like, the group he hung with. There was definitely some issues in that group, to say the least.
Yeah, I got a good one of me and John Kronus. That was probably one of our best matches. That's a good one. John Rodale was his manager.
Yes, John was telling me about that today.
He was a heel that night. I was baby facing.
John.
But we had a good match.
After that, he went on to form the.
Of course, John blew up quicker than me because he was a smoker.
That's
yeah. He hung out with that crowd.
But that's man, you were in there with a high-end class of people, and some of the I think Kronus is probably underrated because he never.
Yes, I was there with the Irish Leprechaun. I haven't seen him in a while. I seen him a couple of years ago at one of the reunions, but I haven't seen him. I haven't kept up with him. I hope he's doing well. But yeah, I haven't seen him in a couple of years.
We had him on about a month ago, if everybody remembers.
Yes,
the Irish Leprechaun, Jeff Lutie.
He's the Irish Leprechaun is such a. I saw him at the King Richard's Fair. I got to meet him, and
yes, I was in there with the Irish Leprechaun. Yep, I haven't seen him in a couple of years. A couple of reunions ago, he was at one of the reunions. I haven't seen him lately. I hope he's doing well with himself. But yeah, I haven't seen him in a while. But yeah, I went to school with I went to class with him.
Awesome.
And I do believe that Mike was also in class with one Paul Levesque. And also probably China. And so he was in probably the most famous class at Kowalski School.
Yeah, that's an in-depth class right there.
Yes, I was there with Triple H in China.
There we go.
Actually, I started before Triple H. I remember Tony Roy. He was Tony Roy's friend. He brought him in, and Tony was training him before he started. And Paul was assistant manager of a Gold's Gym in Nashua, New Hampshire. That's how he broke in the business. And I knew Paul was going to make it. I mean, he just had that look. He had the charisma. I never knew his push was. I never knew he was going to go as far as he did, but I knew he was going to make it. I knew. I definitely knew it. I knew he was going to make it.
Yeah,
I mean, the guy's a millionaire. Shit.
Yeah. Oh, easy.
He's a millionaire. He's married the boss's daughter. He's a millionaire.
Yeah. I think he's
probably worth about $125 million, maybe more.
That's insane.
He founded NXT.
Right. Right. And
come on, Vince promoted it, but Paul started it.
Yeah.
So
now it's
he had some kind of creativity of it,
Bobby D wants to know who was his favorite female wrestler. Who was his female wrestler crush or best wrestling diva? So who was his favorite female? And I can almost answer this for you, and he's going to tell you that the best female wrestler he knew was going to be Brittany Brown. Just knowing that those two are very close.
I just sent that question to him.
You sent it to him?
Yep. No. Like I said, we've had a lot of people on the show smoking weed while they're on with us. I think he's about to light up a Newport.
But it was a real honor to be inducted in with Big John Studd and Iron Mike Shop. They were in my class too of 2021 Hall of Fame.
That's
huge honor. Very big.
Big John Studd was like my guy growing up. I know I wasn't supposed to like him, but I think just because of his size, I loved John Studd.
Yeah, I gravitated towards Andre.
Let's see. I'm gonna pull up my John. So John Studd. Here's the thing with him is John Studd was Killer Kowalski's first student.
Really?
Yeah.
That's something I didn't know.
Can't type. Yeah, he was Kowalski's first student, the way I understand it. Yeah.
Yes, I know John Studd kids wrestles now. He's a little green, but he's gonna make it.
Yeah.
He's got that height,
Yeah.
If you got the height, that gives you that extra push, I used to have 7-inch lifts in my boots just to give me that extra height.
Jesus.
You asked me what female wrestler I liked? Tori Wilson was one of my favorites. Funny, friendly, loving, happy. Now, what I'll tell you who I think is probably the most toughest wrestler I think I ever met. Like, I would say tough like street fight that probably could kill you in the blink of an eye. Tonga. Haku.
I've heard that a few times.
And he's the nicest guy in the world.
I've heard that
friendly, loving, happy, and he probably kill every one of us in the blink of an eye, and there was nothing he could do about it.
Everybody says that. The biggest wrestlers all say that. And it's crazy because
he was easy to work with in the ring.
He wasn't a big guy.
I just asked him who was his toughest opponent.
That is...
we got Blackheart checking in from the Off the Top Rope podcast.
What's up, Blackheart?
I say tough, little stiff. I would say Bob Holly. He was stiff, but I gave it back to him because he likes it like that. He likes it rough.
Well,
if he hits you hard, right? If he hits you hard, he expects you to hit him hard. And if you don't, he's gonna whip your ass. Yeah, Bob Holly, I would say, would be the guy I worked with. Was a little stiffy.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard that about Holly too. That he can be a little rough.
I'm asking him now if anything funny ever happened during a match where he almost broke character.
The easiest opponent I ever wrestled. I don't even know if you guys even know of him, but it was a kid. It was a kid by the name of Eric Shaughnessy. He went to Walters, and he was just a guy they used, but they didn't use him right. His gimmick name was Mr. Nobody from Nowhere. But he was really easy. Basically, it wasn't even a match. They put him in with me. It just was a squash match. They just wanted me to squash him. It was like a 3-minute match, and that was about it. But I didn't hurt him. I just, it looked like I squashed him. I've been in the business 12 years. The first thing I learned is never get hurt. If you get hurt, that means that someone did something wrong. You never should try to hurt anybody else. I've been in the business 12 years. I never hurt anybody.
It's the art of making it look like you're hurting somebody without actually doing it.
Exactly. You step on someone's face, but you don't step on their face.
Wow.
I just asked him, was there anything, and what's the funniest thing he's ever saw in the ring that almost made him break character? I've also asked him, what's the scariest moment he's had during a match?
Yeah. I was wrestling Bulldozer, and he farted. He farted so bad I thought he was gonna shit his pants. And I was scared that because he was gonna he was doing a leg drop on me, and I literally moved out of the way on purpose because I thought the shit was gonna go down his leg.
That's awesome.
That
could probably be the scariest moment too.
That just happened in the TV show Heels on Showtime. If anyone's been following that, that's a fucking fantastic show.
No, I've reached out to people on that show. I've got some.
Yeah, it depends. Yeah, I've had people that said that he's too stiff. I mean, but you know what? Listen, I've been to Japan. There ain't nobody. I mean, Bob Holly. To them, Bob Holly's a cupcake. You know, so that him hit me. That it don't mean nothing to me. It ain't gonna hurt me. You know, my nose is still intact. If he busts and makes me bleed, I'm going to give it back to him. And that's just the way it is. He knows how it is, you know?
I had messaged Mike that his attitude is so great because a lot of people complained about Holly. And, like, you're in a fucking contact sport.
Well, and it's the same. People say the same thing about JBL.
So
you want to play in the game, you got to earn your stripes.
The scariest one is when I did a move called the moonsaw, and I landed on my head, and I didn't miss the guy because my arm was still on him, but I landed the wrong way, and I had a slight concussion. I couldn't really remember where I was at, but that was pretty scary. I almost broke my neck.
You pulled a Brock
but better me than my opponent, right?
Oh,
when you're working with an opponent, you always want to take care of the guy. Always protect your opponent, but also protect yourself. You know, you always want to protect the guy when you wait, you know, because if you start hurting people, you know, promoters, you're going to get a reputation, and promoters ain't going to book you, you know, because you're going to get a reputation of hurting people, you know. Yeah. So you don't want that.
Then,
well, I'm glad you didn't break your neck.
Yeah. It looks like me. So, guys, there's a little silence, I'm going to edit those out.
Because I'm typing.
Yeah, it's me and Joe probably both typing to him. We're killing him with questions, but he's keeping up with us at this point.
I get a question and now is, what is the one match he would do over if he had the chance?
No. And the thing with Mike is where Mike was around for so long, where he was around so early, guys that promote shows now like Bo Douglas and Slick Wagner Brown, they're going to know who he is.
Yep.
So, like, if he shows up at a school and says, "Hey, I'm going to do a match,"
let me get the rust off.
Right.
I was around for some Tony Rumble shows before he passed away. Yes, I did. I was around Tony Rumble. Yep.
Those are the shows like I didn't go to as a kid because Joe, you know, like, did your friends know you? Joe, did your friends know you were a wrestling fan?
No.
I want to ask you guys, did you ever heard of a guy I worked with? He was in my class, 2011. He went as the Pink Assassin. He was in my class, and he was inducted this year in the Hall of Fame. But he went as the Pink Assassin. Good guy, funny guy. But he'd been in the business a while.
I know of him. He's done other characters too. Like I think he was Bart Hart.
What is
but yeah, I do know of him. I never met him myself though. I've never when I started going around to shows, and when me and Joe started going around to shows in 04, I think he was all done already or pretty close to.
Yeah. And just ask him, Deshaun Blackheart just mentioned, said Bruiser Brody too. So I asked him if he ever worked Bruiser.
Bruiser didn't do a whole lot up here because Vince McMahon didn't like him.
Yeah. But that's kind of thing that builds you a fan following. If Vince didn't like you, people want to know about you.
Like there was rumors, there was a conspiracy theory that Vince McMahon had him murdered.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, I did work with Bruiser Brody.
Really?
You know, Bruiser Brody, I don't know. Bruiser Brody, I don't know. He's kind of selfish person. And I'll tell you why. Bruiser Brody had a mentality where he liked to stick it to the promoter. So what he would do, right, is he would go out and try to screw up matches purposely and try to destroy a business. But see, he didn't realize that there was a poor guy on that match that was probably making, like, say, $50, like me, for instance. So Bruiser Brody goes out there and destroys a match, destroys a company. That takes that guys like us out of like $50. We probably needed that to pay a child support payment or a car payment. I believe you're a top guy. You owe it to everybody on that card to make sure you do it professional and you do it right. If I don't work for the guy, tell him that. But don't screw for the other guys because they got to come back next week. You don't. You understand? Yeah. You know?
Exactly. About that time, though, do you want to go a little bit longer, JP? Or are we going to wrap up?
Yeah, let's go a little bit longer because I know I'm going to cut about probably 10 minutes out. So if we can go just 4 or 5 more minutes.
Yeah, that's fine. I cut this part out too.
Bobby D, keep that quiet, man. We're not going to put that one up on there. That's a rumor, Bobby D. No one knows for sure.
Yeah, no one knows who that guy is.
No one knows. And if certain people like Bo Douglas ever find out who the Castle Island assassin is, I mean, there's going to be hell to pay. But we're only going to be, what, Joe? How far would you say Farragut Park is from Castle Island?
Half mile at the best.
Man, you know what we might have to do?
I just traveled somewhere else he's traveled.
I went to Japan. I got to go to Canada, Nova Scotia, Halifax, Sydney. I got to go down to Texas, California, Wyoming, Cheyenne. I got to travel with the WWF.
I just sent him a name and a text, and I want to see his response to it.
Is it the Castle Island assassin?
No. So maybe we should go to Castle Island before and see if we can find the Castle Island assassin.
That would be good. He's probably hiding under one of the benches, or no, you know that ring of bushes where everyone peed? He's hiding in there.
Yes. And wait and see if he responds, if he understands.
He might be at the yacht club.
Yes, I was around for Tony Romo shows. Mm-hmm. Yep.
He's rereading questions.
Yeah, I just sent him the name Lobster Man. Do you know who Lobster? Did you ever see any Lobster Man stuff?
No, I have no idea about that.
Lobster Man Costa, Jeff Costa he wrestled a lot in Canada. He was from around here. He ran a real gimmicky show.
I sent him the same thing. I sent Lobster Man ? See what he says.
And Lobster Man legit ran for president.
Nice. He had the guy with the bucket and the boot on his head?
He put giant lobster claws on. That was his gimmick.
Nice.
But he did some other stuff too. But Jeff Costa, Lobster Man, would run shows where, like, the characters on his shows would be like the alien vampire.
Oh, wow.
Like, that was just his thing, was gimmicks. And I think that was around the time.
I think he's thinking about the Lobster Man right now because he just said shit.
But Lobster Man managed to make a name for himself. Like, when he ran for president, he got on Comedy Central, like, with on the Daily Show.
Oh, that's awesome. We
should probably just wrap this up at this point.
All right. I just to see if he answers this one last question. I asked him what match would he redo if he had the chance.
Okay, and then just have him put his social medias out there if he would like to. Yes, Bobby D. Sully's. We'll probably go to Sully's afterwards. I can't stay too long.
What
after.
matches would you do if you could?
I'm asking him now. Tell him now. Put out his social medias if he wants people to reach out to him, or even where a promoter could reach out to him if they want to book him.
I'm gonna try to get Pat to give him something.
Yeah.
GP.
I mean,
all right. This is a long one.
What do you say?
I just asked him. I said, if that was the last question. If you want to, if you want to put out your social medias, go ahead.
To cut this short.
I think he's about to. He's frozen again. So.
Short.
Yeah, I can hear him. By the way, Joe, do you know what I use almost every day?
I have
toilet paper.
To put my son.
I had a fight to get it.
All right. Mike's saying he's got to go and put his son to bed.
Okay. Guys, thank you so much. What I'll do, guys, is if he wants to put his social media out there, because he doesn't wrestle a lot right now.
Show SH.
We'll get this together and we'll put it out on a Twitter.
Again.
We'll tweet out his contacts if he wants to put them out.
Right. We will share it later. All right. Yeah, so we're going to thank you, Mike. We appreciate you, man, and we will do this better. We'll get Mike in studio. And yeah, Joe, big congrats to Carmelo Hayes winning the NXT North American Championship this week. Big congrats to Mike on the IWF Hall of Fame. That's a huge deal. Like I said, that was a huge class. That was a big thing, man. And Joe, congrats to you on getting a great thing that's not going to fit in your condo.
Yeah, but you know what, though? We'll snuggle up and sleep together. Well, not sleep together, but
yeah. No. You mean sleep together, no quotes.
No. Well, all right, I'll be the little spoon.
Caligula.
All right, you guys. Thank you very much for tuning in this week. We'll have the Crusher, Mike Davis, on again because due to technical issues.
Yeah,
what we'll probably try to do is get him into that studio you were talking about and have him actually come into the studio and we can record right there and then and have him and he can put up some videos and show some pictures of where he was.
Or, like he said, we can do something live together somewhere where we can watch some of his tapes and show them.
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool. Kind of just
flip
the camera. Yeah, we can do that.
But, guys, thank you for tuning in, as always. Much love. Guys. I'm going to go edit this and get this up tonight.
See you next
Thursday.
Thursday.
You guys rock.